Hello, everyone. Welcome to Complimentary Mania. My name is Complimentary.
I'm Mania.
Shit, have we ever actually started with the right name?
Yes, we
before?
did that 2 episodes ago. Also,
Two.
no, we've done it plenty of times before we dug up Spence out of the ground.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I had the whole fake wrong thing prepared. Why'd you throw me off and go with the right name?
I just thought I'd do it.
Oh jeez, I feel like I'm batting at a curveball right now. All right, everyone.
Keep you on your toes. That way I can see them.
My sincerest apologies. I'm a bit under the weather, so if you're
What?
like, "Oh shit, your
He's
voice
under the
is
weather.
gravelly," it's because there's weather and I'm standing underneath it.
And the weather happens to be gravel. Heavy forecast of gravel tonight.
Storms of gravel.
That would be so fucking funny.
God, I just...
Imagine, like, okay, this is a cyanide and happiness skit, all right? Someone shouts up to a building, "Hey, how's the weather up there?" And the guy's like, "It's great." He's like, "Are you sure? I saw a forecast." "Really? What was the forecast?" Dumps a gravel
Just
truck
gravel.
on him.
We already get that, I mean, hail.
Yeah.
Hail is cold gravel.
Having been struck by hailstones and regular stones are so much fucking worse. I've been hit by spiked hailstones,
Definitely.
okay? Regular stones are so much worse. So, for those of you who don't know, my favorite genre of books is fantasy. And before we recorded the podcast today, all of us were engaging in a fantasy we like to call home ownership.
The greatest.
Seems to be a
fantasy
very
of them all.
popular genre as of recent.
For sure. We were looking at homes. We found out that West Virginia is in fact the cheapest place to buy a home. So we were shooting the shit and scrolling. And we found in a small town in West Virginia, there is a man who owns a newsstand. And that newsstand has been named GTA 5 Russian Roleplay. If you type in GTA 5 in Google Maps right now, you will find GTA 5 Russian Roleplay.
I don't trust my news from anywhere else. I gotta get it from GTA 5 Russian Roleplay.
The only news source I trust is GTA 5 Russian Roleplay. What? We're not sponsored. This is not a sponsorship.
The website has a video ad. Well, not the website. The Google Maps has a video ad, and it's just some child playing Spider-Man
on the PS4.
grandma walking around.
I don't even know what he was rambling about.
I couldn't hear it.
I think it was something in, like, I don't know, a different language. Maybe it was Russian. I don't know.
He was speaking the language of the gods.
There were 2 videos of this kid playing Spider-Man, and then there was just a picture of a BB gun.
Also, he just casually doxed his grandma.
Yeah, the address is just her house.
Yeah.
The link to the GTA 5 Russian roleplay like business website lists his email address, which has since been shut down. I want everyone to know Complimentary Mania did our due diligence and reached out to him with journalistic intent, and we found out that unfortunately his email address is unreachable.
Probably because he doxed himself. Putting a personal email
You know what,
for
guys?
business.
Go get a hold of that kid. See if you can get the news from him. He probably has the juicy deets on the Epstein files or something. I don't know.
I would suggest don't dox the kid.
He already doxed
Can
himself.
you give the comment on Complimentary Mania and doxing?
Oh. Complimentary Mania does not condone the use of doxing a poor kid in West Virginia or his grandma.
Unless it's funny.
No.
Not when it's funny either.
Sorry,
We
I
do not
misconstrued
condone.
that one.
Thank you.
The laws are weird.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. You know,
Disclosure done.
I'm sure if a lawyer hears that, we'll get off scot-free.
These lawmakers have no sense of humor.
It's see,
In GTA.
See,
In GTA and Minecraft.
disclosure.
In GTA 5 Russian roleplay.
A disclosure works just like the term in Minecraft.
Mm.
See, we have an official statement that this was not implied literally.
What fish?
I think this has to be the stupidest named
What
business
about feeding the fish?
I've ever seen. Have you
Oh.
guys seen a business even like close to this weird?
No. To be honest, no. But then again, I don't go necessarily looking for weird named businesses.
I
There's
can't
that-
recall specifically, but yes.
There's that
Yeah.
famous.
Actually, no.
There's
no.
that famous
I got one.
Florida restaurant. It's like Bubba's Foot Massage and Chicken Wings.
Jones barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage.
I was about to say I got one.
The guy in the chicken suit.
That's funny or weird.
Oh, what's that?
Dicks.
Ha!
Yeah, that's such a cheap joke.
Well, yeah, but it's funny.
Go to Dick's. Nah, Ollie's got the dick. He's an old man. He's got that big dick.
Got
What
that
the hell?
dick.
What the hell?
I feel like GTA 5 Russian roleplay is a much stranger name for a business than Dick's. Because Dick's could just be a name, and like half of the population has one, so like who the fuck cares?
Well, yeah, but it's funny.
But GTA 5 Russian roleplay is such an oddly specific name for a business that has nothing to fucking do with it.
I'm sure I could come up with something weirder. Femboy Scrabble Ministry.
Dude, make
Does that place exist?
We're gonna make it a
Make
place.
that an
Guys,
LLC.
send us money on the Patreon that we definitely have, so
We
we can
don't.
fund the Femboy Scrabble Ministry.
do it for like
We open a church and we put femboys in it, and they play Scrabble.
You know, if we ever get a Patreon, that's what we should 100% do.
Yeah, that'll be like our
Our
Flatline
highest
goal.
tier patrons are the Femboy Scrabble supervisors.
great. Is this our virtual like home? You know how like they give virtual tiers and like everyone gets, I don't know, a role in that virtual world. So we have femboy supervisors, and they
Yes.
watch all the normal femboys play Scrabble, and then like the basic tier is femboy Scrabble enjoyer.
Yeah, so that way when we live stream, we can yell, "Femboys, dox that dick."
Femboys attack him with words. You guys have been training for
Ban
that.
that motherfucker.
So, unironically, I don't like Femboys. And I really hate
Fair.
playing Scrabble. I think you described literal hell to me as a dimension where it's just femboys playing Scrabble. That just sounds like hell. That's
You don't
in
like
Dante's
Scrabble?
Inferno.
Guys, fund Tommy's personal hell right now.
Hold on, you don't like Scrabble?
That's correct.
Really?
Yeah.
I get it. Hold on. I get it.
I hate how about 30% of the words in the English language are spelled, and it bothers the hell out of me.
You could spell the word boo and get jump scared.
Thank you, Kanye.
That's spooky.
very cool.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like 7, 8, 9.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
7 was a registered 6 offender.
No. God! God!
The meme is
I
dead,
can't
Trevor.
fucking take it anymore. No, it's... Yes, it is. It is, but it isn't, because people keep fucking saying it. It's like this goddamn rotting corpse that keeps on just filleting its fingers on my ankle, waiting to drag me down into the depths every fucking time its name is uttered.
This is about as bad as Ugandan Knuckles.
Yeah.
I take 6, 7. I'll take Uganda Knuckles back happily.
Honestly, same. Remember when VR chat was a new thing and like we were getting really funny like compilations out of it?
Now there's like 2,000 people, and they're all like big tittied furries, and they do lap dances for each other, and that's it.
Yeah. They talk about the phantom touch.
Dude, I was watching this like fucking VTuber, and they were playing I think they were just in one of the modeling boxes, and they were talking about how the father left their phantom child. So they had a child in VR.
Crazy.
Already wild, doesn't actually exist. And then the father was a deadbeat and left the phantom child in VR chat.
Did he just like log off?
Yeah.
Oh.
These people are clinically fucking insane.
So wait, he would have been a deadbeat the second he like had a life
Yes.
or wanted to eat
Yes.
or like shit or something?
This is the way of the Redditors.
I must say that's vaguely disturbing. Can we talk about something lighthearted?
Yeah.
Like insurance? Spence, you
That's-
wanted to talk
what?
about insurance today?
Choose your hell. Insurance company or femboys playing Scrabble.
Oh, don't make me choose.
I'm
Don't make me choose.
going to super hell.
You know that man sweating over the 2 buttons? Don't make
Yeah.
me shoot.
From the fucking Key and Peele skit.
The question I have that I'm going to put forward here. So, Transformers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes.
got person, car, person, car, person.
They aren't really a person.
Anyway.
They are in
They
fact a
turn
person.
humanoid.
No, they're a specific type
bipedal.
of life form that evolves to match whatever technology exists on the planet they land on.
That is
So
true.
they are in fact a person. They're capable of sentience, reproduction, they have organs.
Okay.
They're a person in all the ways that matter to
Do
the
not
law.
look up Transformer
think I would-
reproduction process.
No. I don't think I'd define a person exactly like that.
What?
They have
Featherless and bipedal?
consciousness. They are a sentient organism.
They're a sentient organism capable of speech, consciousness, and the ability to reproduce. I think that's how I would describe personhood.
They're a sentient being. They are conscious.
Yes.
That doesn't make them a person exactly.
No.
Because we would refer to humans as people.
Well,
Here,
okay.
if-
It's like this,
If
right?
chimps gained the ability to fluently speak and gained consciousness themselves, would we refer to them as persons?
I think yes. I think they would achieve personhood under both the law and as use of like linguistic.
I know this turned
forms.
into a completely different discussion, but it's just I feel like we got to get it out of the way. I personally feel like it is tied to the human trait that we inherently carry.
I wouldn't ever call them a human, but I would call them a person.
But I feel like person is more of a synonym for human than conscious being.
I always hear persons as like a way to refer to like a sentient being in a legal structure, especially for this specific context. So I think of like Star Trek, where like fucking androids and like basically any sentient creature gets referred to as persons under the Federation law. So for me, it's like as soon as something can achieve, like I said, sentience, consciousness, reproduction.
Can they turn into organic matter?
I don't think organic is necessary to achieve personhood.
Still think it's tied to
But
the
also, it's weird space magic. So if you want to define radiation that can create sentient life as organic matter, then yes, they technically are. Because that's what Transformers, that's the scientific technical explanation for how they exist. It's a
Jar
type...
Jar Binks is not a person.
Yes, he is. Well, no, I don't believe Jar Jar Binks exists, but if we were talking to him right now, he would be a person in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of, like, me
The eyes of the law,
personally.
maybe, the way the law sees it, but
I would personally see Jar Jar Binks as a person.
I wouldn't see him as
I
a
would
person.
see him as a stupid person who deserves to be discriminated against, but that's...
Perchance.
Because it's Jar Jar Binks we're talking about.
Maybe by the senses of law, things should be referred to as persons, but I don't think that is an all-encompassing trait that everything possesses
It's not.
as a living conscious thing. Again, conscious being, yes. In my opinion, persons, no.
Not conscious, conscious and sentient. Conscious, sentient with the ability to, we'll say, die and reproduce. So, for instance, an AI model that achieved sentience and consciousness, but not the ability to die and reproduce, probably isn't a person. But an android with an AI in its brain box and the ability to, like, talk, communicate, feel, experience all the breadth of humanity just as you and me, should be considered a person. By extension, Transformers are also people because the size and or shape of the body experiencing personhood doesn't really matter so long as they're experiencing a life.
When you mention the word person, what comes to mind?
Well, obviously a human. But that's because that's the only example of personhood I've ever personally experienced.
But you've experienced it in media and literature.
Right, but that's not the same thing, right? Like, when I say weapon, the first thing that comes to your mind isn't a fucking lightsaber, even though
No, it was
lightsabers
actually-
are also qualified as weapons.
It was actually the ray gun from zombies.
You're
Wunderwaffe.
autistic.
Not autistic, bro. I just was like, hey, gun.
That's fair. Well, when most people hear the word weapon, they either think about it in like a definitional sense, so like they'll think vaguely of like bladed or ballistic things, or they'll think about a gun, just a specific gun, right? That's most people's first image that comes to mind when they think of weapon. But that doesn't mean something more exotic or strange doesn't qualify. Like the Death Star is a weapon, a lightsaber is a weapon. These are both things that don't exist in real life, but obviously qualify if you're talking about them hypothetically. I think by the same token, things that definitionally are kind of persons would probably qualify as a person. So, like, have I ever met a pink talking panda capable of magic and flying through the universe? No. If I met one tomorrow, or if I read a book with one in it, would it be considered a person? Yes. Would it be the first thing that came to mind when I thought of person? Never.
I feel like we need I don't know. It feels like we need some sort of like subtitle.
I disagree. I think that's kind
That's
of
it. I've started interstellar racism.
Yeah, that's a little degrading. Like, Gungans are in fact subhuman pieces of shit that deserve to be treated in the cruelest way imaginable. Because they're Gungans, and they ruined Star Wars before Disney ruined Star Wars.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily take away their personhood.
Maybe I'm just looking at it wrong, but person inherently feels tied to the idea of like a human.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
I think it comes down to really just perspective.
I guess I'm asking also where your definitions of human would be. Because let's say we were living in an all goes like fantasy sci-fi world, right? And you could talk to like a ghost and a cyborg, right? Is the cyborg less person than you? Is the ghost? Why?
Is the ghost a ghost of a human?
Yeah.
No, it's the ghost of a fish.
It's a human
And then I
ghost.
goon with it, low genuinely.
Don't fuck the fish. It's the ghost
Feed
of a
the
human.
fish.
He's a ghost.
Yeah.
He was a human.
Mm-hmm.
So he is definitely more human than, at the very least, Jar Jar Binks.
Really?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay.
The cyborg, how cyborg are we talking?
Let's say 51%.
Does he still have full control over his mind?
Well, yeah, obviously.
He still has sentience. He's still himself. That's a human. He's just as human as me, really. He just has some cybernetic enhancement.
I mean, he's 51% machine. You could make the argument that he's a machine. The same reason if you owned 51% of a company, you'd own the company.
Okay, unless he's like a full cyborg or like his brain has been replaced. I guess he's not a cyborg at that point. He's just a droid. But regardless, if his brain has been replaced or his consciousness has been replaced by an AI's, then he's no longer a human.
He's a
So,
clanker.
in an alternate situation, the same clanker, where it's a skin suit and perfectly matched muscle fibers and bones, everything down to the minute details, but he has the brain of a droid, that's still not a human.
See, I would actually greatly disagree with that. Because I think it's more about consciousness and sentience than it is about what percentage of their brain tissue is replaced with a machine.
That's what I'm getting at.
No, listen.
The consciousness of that's what I'm saying.
Right,
the consciousness of this clanker in question.
If I replicated your consciousness on a computer, and that computer was, like, it had all of your thoughts, impulses, and memories, and then I shot you in the head, that computer would be the closest, like, living thing to you.
Okay,
Oh, it's like
so
Soma.
we're working off the idea that we have, like, omnipotence, and we truly know that isn't me, right?
We don't. But what we do know is that computer has a perfect clone of you. Your memories exactly, and will respond exactly however you act in any given situation.
It's a perfect clone of me, but it's
Yeah.
not me.
Well, we shot the real you.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the closest thing to you that exists, right?
It is a near... Hell, it's not even a near... It's a perfect mimicry of a human, but it's not human.
Yeah, well, hold on.
Now, if you don't know that and you're, like, in the situation...
Hold on. We're halfway through this thought experiment, all right?
Right.
So we have this perfect clone of you, right? It's in a computer, though. It's not in an organic shell, all right? We shoot the real you. We hide the real you. You find out today that you've been computer you your entire life.
Oh my god, beep boop beep boop.
But you're exactly you, right? I would really like the idea that people around me would still consider me a person, despite the fact that I am a perfect facsimile of what once was a person. You are on the raw humanist side and would not consider yourself a person, despite all of your life experiences prior being computer generated.
That's still not a human.
You wouldn't consider yourself
that
a
doesn't
human.
mean you can't go through steps to ignore that fact.
If
by
you,
ultimate definition, by my opinions, that is not a human.
You wouldn't consider yourself a human.
I would not consider myself a human. But in my completely, like, autonomous, self-functioning state where I have this knowledge, I'll be like, okay, I just need to figure out how to cope with the fact I'm not a human. And really, it's not that big of a deal if I'm just a perfect mimicry of who I was, Yeah. Like, it's not going to exactly change everything, I guess, unless the law gets involved and they figure out I'm not human.
It could. And then you'd like to be defined as a person's, despite not being a human. Hence why I think person and human are different, and where the distinction I'm drawing is. You'd want the law to consider you a person. Maybe you're not a human. Maybe I'd consider myself human. Maybe you wouldn't. But you'd still want the law to view you as a person's with autonomy and rights and things, right?
The ability to be insured.
You got me kind of checkmated here. It does make sense.
So, working under the legal framework that Transformers are considered persons and have legal rights, Spence, will you get to the original question?
According to the legal system.
According to the legal system, Transformers are persons and they have rights. Spence, will you hit us with the question?
Would they have either life insurance or car insurance?
Okay.
I think we figured it out.
I have a really interesting answer for this,
Okay.
but you're gonna hit me with your thing first, and I'm gonna keep it on the back burner.
They keep both.
Oh my god, you stole my fucking answer! Okay.
We are mentally
My
linked, brother.
answer is they'd have to get both life insurance and car insurance.
Because when they're transformed, they're considered a vehicle.
No. Because insurance companies will separate vision, dental, and health into different categories, despite them being the same fucking thing.
Yes.
Insurance companies, if they agreed to insure a Transformer, would value their life insurance, their auto insurance, and probably even their home insurance separately. And would make them take out different policies. One for, like, roadside accidents, one for, like, personal problems that occurred with them, and probably something else for the garage.
Whenever they need to see the specialist at Toyota.
That's right.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I was gonna go with it. I mean,
bro,
I was thinking so where's the crossover exactly? Like, how do they get health insurance, really?
Well, they don't. It's life or car insurance. So it's like money to your family. Money to your family if you die, or repairing a car in the case of an accident, are the two types of insurance.
Dude, car insurance is so much cheaper than health insurance. Fucking Autobots got that shit easy.
Dude, can I be a Transformer?
Let's turn into Transformers, dude.
No, seriously, it's so much easier to get in touch with a mechanic than a doctor in the U.S. where we live. Spence, you'd agree with that, right?
Yeah.
If I could go to my mechanic to fix my appendicitis or whatever, I would.
Yeah. They have life insurance for when they die, and they have car insurance for when they live.
Yeah. That's crazy. I think this was supposed to be a shower thought, but it turned into a weird philosophical discussion about
where
good
one, though.
Personhood starts and ends. It was a good one. But also we came to the conclusion that every American would be living a better life if they were half car.
Yeah.
Because we
Guys,
treat
we need to turn
cars,
into cars.
we
No,
treat
no.
cars better than humans here.
No, because then
Damn.
the car insurance would be.
Oh no, the car insurance.
If
would
everyone's
be
a car, then there is no car. It's only health insurance.
oh
And
gosh,
health insurance is stupidly expensive
You know,
and complex.
I bet the procedure to turn into a transformer wouldn't be covered by health insurance either.
I feel like it'd be a cosmetic thing,
Yeah,
personally.
that's what they'd say.
God, I love our system so much.
God, I
damn it.
fucking hate our
Can we
system
move
so
on?
much.
All right, everybody.
Now that we've had our deep philosophical debate, let's have another deep philosophical.
Philosophical. That
Philosophical?
is not a person's.
Philosophical's not a
whatever
person's.
kind of thing is a philosophical.
Philosophical couple.
Hey, I disagree. Doesn't matter how silly your name is, you could still be a person.
That shit was a puppet in the Muppets. Philosophical.
Okay, that was Snuffleupagus, and that was definitely
That's his
in
cousin.
Sesame Street.
Hold on, Snuffleupagus is that's a Winnie the Pooh character.
No,
Oh.
that's the Heffalump. Snuffleupagus was the imaginary elephant that Big Bird saw in Sesame Street that turned out to be real.
Oh, what were the one things in the Dr. Seuss story then?
What?
No,
I don't know.
there was a Dr. Seuss story. There was a in there.
No, I don't know. Which Dr. Seuss story is
I
this?
don't fucking know. Maybe it was the one that was an allegory for World War II that involved people who buttered their bread upside down.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
You didn't read that Dr. Seuss book? That was my favorite Dr. Seuss book.
Hold on, which
growing
one?
up. There's
I like half zoned out there.
What's
What
the name of the
hell?
book?
I don't remember.
It was your favorite and you don't remember the name?
That's right.
What
I
the fuck?
opened it and I loved the illustrations because it showed a bunch of people blowing each other up. Basically, it describes an arms race between these guys. They look exactly like these other guys. They butter their bread with the toast like butter side up. The other guys, they butter their bread with the toast butter side down and they eat it upside down, Australian style, but without the
Insanity.
Marmite.
Those people are wrong, by the way.
Well, you say that, but the moral of the story is you're not supposed to judge people because the book follows them attacking each other with progressively bigger explosions until eventually they construct the equivalent of a nuke and they launch each other at it. Yeah, the Butter Battle book.
The butter battle. Okay, to be
It's literally
fair,
just called the Butter Battle Book.
to be fair, having it on the bottom, like, dude, what happens when you drop it?
You dropped the
You-
butter.
So you're telling me you will put the
Dangus.
toast down, you'll spread the butter, and then you'll flip it and hold it like that?
I guess.
This is the point of the book. It's a stupid
Sure,
and
sure,
inane thing to
look.
judge someone for. This is the point of the book.
I wouldn't start a war over it.
This is how it starts in the book.
It is stupid.
They just argue about it. One side says this is how my dad did it.
You know what? They
The
could
other
say we
side
can agree
refuses
to
to back
disagree.
down. See, if they said that, lives would have been saved.
You know, like, never mind. That could turn into a very long and probably political discussion.
Yeah, maybe.
We'd keep that out of the podcast.
We do try to keep politics out of this podcast.
We talk about retarded stuff instead.
Yeah, like car insurance.
Hey, life insurance.
Yeah.
Do you think insurance companies would refuse to cover Autobots?
Probably. And then we'd send the Autobots to kill all the insurance agents.
They would probably have to have their own.
I'm sure the
Complimentary Mania does not in any way condone or support the use of violence on insurance companies.
I'm sure the Autobots would support the idea of killing insurance agents.
I don't think they would.
Because insurance is evil.
I watched Transformers a little bit growing up. There was one episode dedicated to teaching kids not to talk to strangers, I'm pretty sure they'd be like, Optimus Prime or whatever would like stand in front of you and be like, "No, listen, you shouldn't kill someone just because they're a shady business person."
Look, Optimus Prime has to be denied insurance like a couple of times, and he's right on my team.
I don't think so. Optimus Prime is known for like unshakable moral character. He's basically Superman.
Enough failed insurance claims will claim that bot. I assure you.
Who the fuck gave you the Joker's one bad day philosophy? Like, dude.
It's not one bad day, it's more like a few bad weeks.
Okay. Wow, we got...
Are you calling me a terrorist?
We got a less extreme Joker over here. It's not one bad day, it's a few bad weeks.
You know, Batman.
There's no laws against Pokemon, Batman.
No, Batman. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
Hey.
I'm going to fuck that Vaporeon, Batman.
Okay, no.
Batman, your insurance claim was denied.
Batman, what are you gonna do? You just gotta pay for it out of pocket.
All right.
That will expose it to Bruce Wayne because you're the only fucker that can afford it.
So, currently, in DC Comics, they're having this event called DCKO, where basically it's a fighting game setup, sort of, with like a tournament of power arc, and they're fighting for who gets to help reshape the universe when it recreates. The interesting thing about it, because it's DC Comics
and
and
new Flashpoint,
kind of, sort of, it's pretty awful. The interesting thing about it, because we are talking about DC Comics, and I have to tell people the interesting thing or they'll click off immediately, is that it's letting superheroes pick different past or future versions of themselves to fight in like their stead in these death matches. So like there's one where it's like Nightwing versus the Joker, and both of them get to pick different versions of themselves for each match.
Mm-hmm.
So the Joker was like me before the chemicals when I was called the Red Hood, and Nightwing was like me when I was edgy and the Red Hood, so it was a Red Hood v Red Hood comic.
Cool.
And you know, stuff like that. They pick like past or future or alternate universe versions of themselves, and they have a 1v1. I was thinking, there's so much different mythos for undead. Let's just have an undead knockout match. I have 4 categories of undead here, and let's just go through them. List, let's say, our top 2 for each of our favorite interpretation for each category of undead, and just talk about who wins a free-for-all between the 6 of them. What do you guys say?
All right.
Got it.
All right, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go Trevor, Spencer, me. That way, Spence has a way to some time to buffer. So, first category, skeleton. Trevor, what are your 2 skeleton picks?
Dude. Okay. Here we go. Remember Ash versus the Evil Dead, the 3rd movie, where he gets caught in medieval fantasy land, and he ends up fighting his mirror for himself, and at the end of the movie, his mirror for himself gets turned into a fucking lich, and he rises with, like, an entire army of skeletons, and they all, like, fight off Ash and, like, the peasants inside of the fortress. It's awesome. It's aged so poorly, and yet something about those skeletons, like, look, they're not particularly strong, but they do come back to life. And they're witty and funny, and they can say swear words.
Okay.
Canonically.
Okay, I guess we should probably specify. When we say skeleton, we mean like... And this is the
They
case
are
for
complete
all of
bone.
them. Right, no. Well, when we say skeleton, we mean like mook troops. So for instance, your choice, completely valid and correct. But if I wanted to say pick Skeletor, that's a no-go.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. It's like...
Not Ash's evil twin, because he turns part skeleton.
That's right.
He's
but
an elite
But
mob.
the skeleton ground troops around him.
Yeah.
Unnamed mobs.
Yeah, they're just random-ass skeletons he raises.
Okay, so Evil Dead skeletons.
All right, and then a second set of skeletons?
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be kind of hard.
If you just want to throw it out there for mainstream appeal, you could say Minecraft skeleton.
Nah, because fuck them dudes. Yeah, they're strong, but fuck them.
Hey.
You ever open a hardcore world and just get free shot and it's wraps?
I haven't tried a hardcore world since they added drown that can one-shot you in any body of
It just
water.
gets worse. The lances.
Please.
Explosion.
A skeleton. A skeleton. What's type of skeleton?
Dry bones from Mario. You throw fireballs at them, they just fall apart. They get back up. The only way you can completely kill them is by dropping them completely in lava, and even then they don't really die. They just sit in the lava.
Okay.
Or you freeze them and throw them at a wall, and their bones fall apart. But that's not to say they don't reassemble later. It's just somewhere else. And they are a common mob.
Yeah, no, dry bones is fair. So we have Evil Dead and dry bones. Okay. Spence, what are your 2 categories of skeletons?
So, does skeletons in Magic the Gathering count? My idea was the reassembling skeletons and the
If you're thinking of the Eternals, those are zombies.
no, it was laboratory assistant or something. The
Are
one
you
that
thinking of-
reassembles.
Persistent specimen.
Persistent specimen. Thank you.
Okay, so there are, I think, 34 of these draft common skeletons that you can return to the battlefield or your hand in Magic the Gathering. And I think it would be pretty weird to just slot in MTG skeletons because their lore and like power level varies incredibly highly on the basis of how you want to rate Magic toughness.
It really depends.
For instance, does a reassembling skeleton die to a squirrel or a trained soldier? A reassembling skeleton can be exiled by a fire blast, but survive a literal apocalypse.
Okay, so then instead, Skyrim skeleton.
Okay. Do you want to specify Oblivion skeletons because the Skyrim skeletons have that calcium deficiency and are the weakest?
But
in
the Oblivion
Elder
ones
Scrolls?
don't go row, row.
I think the Skyrim ones have the intimidation factor.
Okay. Yeah, no, we can do that. Okay, so we have specifically Skyrim skeletons.
Shield banging ones.
Shield bangers.
Okay. And your second category?
My second category, do the Draugr from God of War count?
Trevor, what do you think?
They definitely count, but only the normal ones. Only the ones that you encounter like in the tutorial and in like basic ass areas.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll put God of War.
Not like the elite ones or the ones with the
No,
shields
just
and
like
shit.
the basic ones.
Okay. God of War Draugr. Yeah, that's cool. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and put... I feel like we need some more vanilla skeletons on this list to just kind of make it feel more like a, more slated to the average, right? So I'm going to throw some average skeletons to sort of even the curve out a little bit,
Okay.
So I think I would be really ashamed if I didn't include D&D skeletons, because those are the most I'm familiar with as a dungeon master of many years. I've read up on D&D skeleton lore, and I think all 5 editions. Maybe not first. First is really sketchy with advanced and all that. I don't know if I've touched the first, but I know I've read the second edition Monster Manual. And then for the next category, I'm going to pick Clash of Clans skeletons.
No,
Oh my god.
with Larry, bro.
Yeah, why not?
You can't have Larry. Larry's OP.
Sure. I mean, he's a named character. That'd
Yeah.
be like picking Death Knight from Raid Shadow Legends.
Bro, get out of here.
Okay, sidebar. Who wins, Larry or Death Knight?
Death Knight. Larry's a little bitch with a crown. Death Knight has an ultimate form.
My thing
Need
is,
I say less?
My thing is, I think Death Knight's kind of like reverse One Punch Man, where his bit is he's awful. So I think he'd still find a way to lose
He'd
to
win by
Larry.
incredible luck.
Yeah, Larry would win by incredible luck. Okay. Actual talk. So we have in our roster Evil Dead skeletons, Dry Bones, Skyrim skeletons, the God of War Draugr, D&D skeletons, and Clash of Clans skeletons. So, Horde battle, we'll say we drop 20 of them each in the Roman Colosseum.
Okay.
Let's say it's a hexagon-shaped Roman Colosseum, so that we can drop them each in a corner.
Cool.
They all their goal is to kill the other teams and be the last skeletons or skeleton standing. How does this play out?
Skyrim ones go roar, roar.
So there's a
I
yelling
think I
match.
agree with that.
There's a yelling match between the Skyrim ones and the ones from the Evil Dead.
I
Yeah.
think the Skyrim ones actually lose that because the Evil Dead ones can cuss them out and the Skyrim ones can't talk.
Yeah, they just roar, and
Right.
that's it. So the verbal battle's won by the Evil Dead ones.
That's fair.
But the thing is, the skeletons in Skyrim have weapons versus the other ones that don't.
Look, Tommy, so we're getting an equal amount of skeletons, right?
Mhm.
I hate to say it, but your Clash of Clans skeletons are probably the first to go. They're small, they're weak, they're very inexpensive
They-
troops.
Aren't small. That's an artistic choice.
They are half the size of a barbarian.
They are half the size of a barbarian. A barbarian is like supposed to be a really tall dude.
But a witch is taller than him.
Yeah, the witch is supposed to be fucking gigantic. Skeletons are supposed...
Skeletons are slightly smaller, than a goblin.
Yeah.
And
I-
goblins are pretty small.
I guess in Clash of Clans, where do the skeletons come from when they're reanimated?
Out of the ground.
So
They're-
they were corpses originally. Were they goblin corpses? Have they been goblin skeletons the whole time?
I don't know. Maybe?
That would explain
Let's
their size.
safely assume they're goblins.
See, I was working under the assumption that they would be like human sized.
No, they're
'Cause
probably
it's an artistic-
barbarians because they raised with the same sword.
Yeah. Okay, so
But they're like a
They-
little too small for some reason.
they're rendered shorter than that for like artistic reference, right? But we can assume if they're dropped in a like more grounded setting like this, they'd be the size of a normal person, probably about.
Mhm.
Maybe they're a little shorter and they've got like cartoonishly big heads still. But they're probably more normal proportioned than we're imagining with the Clash of Clans things.
Maybe. If that's the case, the Skyrim ones probably go down first.
Skyrim ones are easily the worst here, but maybe the Clash of Clan ones are also. It's hard to say. The Skyrim skeletons do have good weapons, which is a rarity.
And shield.
Also, the dry bones have infinite endurance, but they're all gonna just spawn in a 3D setting and start walking in random directions. And the second they get hit one time, they go down
Yeah.
for like a few seconds and start slowly rebuilding
But
themselves.
do they ever actually die?
No. But I guess, like, if none of these skeletons can tire. Well, I guess I don't know much about the Evil Dead skeletons.
They never tire.
Okay, none of these skeletons can tire. So, realistically, if it comes down to the dry bones getting, like, infinitely stun locked by another team of skeletons, we'll give it to that team.
Okay. The Evil Dead ones, by the way, they rise out of the ground with the swords and weapons of ancient warriors.
Okay.
So they will be similarly equipped to the Skyrim ones, maybe even a bit better. Some of them rise with longbow.
A lot of the Skyrim ones have longbows, too.
They even have maces.
A lot of the Skyrim ones have maces, too. The maces are strangely relevant to the D&D skeletons,
Yeah, 'cause
which are
of
notably always
vulnerability to
weak to
bludgeoning.
bludgeoning damage.
So they probably fall too.
We haven't talked much about the God of War Draugr. What kind of weaponry are they equipped with? What are their general feats?
I don't think
they had weapons.
Oh, well, they're fucked. Do they? Okay, I guess we only see Kratos fighting them. Do
I need to
they?
double check.
Do you think if a normal person with a sword ran at a God of War Draugr, that person could beat the Draugr?
No, the Draugr, they have like basic ass swords.
Well, okay.
None of them are pictured with shields, though.
That's
Not that I see.
That's possibly fine, because usually skeletons aren't that bothered by arrows. I guess except the Clash of Clan ones. I gotta say, I think despite my argument that they'd be normal size, I'm pretty sure the Clash of Clan
get
ones are the first to go down.
knocked.
They're the least intelligent, they die comedically all the time,
Yeah.
and they're the only ones not mostly immune to ranged weaponry. So the other skeletons with bows, which there's 2 factions of, 3 if you count D&D ones, which skeleton archers have been part of D&D since I think 3rd edition.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could always use bows, but there was specific lore about them added in 3rd edition, where basically they needed to be a particularly skilled necromancer to give them the finger dexterity.
Yeah.
I know that's the case in 4th edition. I just don't know if they added it in 3rd or 4th. Anywho, so I'm pretty sure with at least 3 sections of ranged skeletons, the Clash of Clan ones go down fast.
Okay.
And I think since the dry bones just sort of wander in random
they can't
directions,
really win.
they
They'll
have
just
no
be
win
there.
con. So they'll just be there.
But they never die exactly.
It's we put in a bunch of lobotomized Wolverines.
Yeah. They get a DNF. They don't exactly get last place, but they don't finish.
That's right. Okay, so it
They get the
becomes...
participation trophy.
Yeah,
I really
you
don't
already
know
did it.
enough about the God of War Draugr. Do you guys think if a normal person ran at one with a sword, they'd win?
No. They are aggressive, and they move in ways that, like, are very threatening. In comparison to how, like, most of these other skeletons that we pictured have, they move like monstrous murder machines.
That's fair. I think it's safe to say that the Skyrim skeletons are probably the next to go.
Yeah.
If they were Oblivion skeletons, maybe they'd be here for a bit longer. But Skyrim skeletons are notoriously weak because
They don't drink that milk.
Nords
They don't
have
have that
they stigmatize milk drinking. So
Milk drinker.
you know. Okay, so
Nutrient haver.
so it's up between Evil Dead, God of War Draugr, and D&D skeletons. Do you guys think that there's any chance that the God of War Draugr lose to any faction here?
Probably, because
I don't think they lose to the D&D skeletons, but I'm not 100% sure on the Ash skeletons because I haven't watched that movie.
Neither have I. What are the Ash skeletons, what's their regeneration like? Because if a normal person couldn't kill these guys with a sword, you have to have something either more skilled or more durable.
Now, most of them never got killed really with swords, but plenty of them were killed by knocking them off of stuff and or hitting them with...
Mm-hmm.
However, they were clever enough. They have a climb speed. They're pictured climbing some of the walls in the movie.
Okay. So...
And they are at least combative. They are Fuck. Bleh. They are combatively... There we go. Combatively efficient enough that they know how to dodge out of the way of sword swings and stuff.
Okay, so guys, as a DM of many years, I can narrate how this fight goes. The 6 disparate groups of skeletons spawn in at each corner of the arena. The dry bones start wandering in random directions while the Clash of Clans skeletons band together and attack the nearest group to them, the God of War Draugr, who just immediately kill them.
Instant.
The Evil Dead skeletons and the Skyrim skeletons have a shouting match where the Evil Dead ones definitively win because they can cuss and the Skyrim ones can't. The D&D skeletons line up in a tactical formation that gets utterly swamped by the God of War Draugr. Evil Dead kills Skyrim at this point and climbs the wall to get away
Skyrim is
from
gone.
the Draugr. The Draugr infinitely fight the dry bones, while the Evil Dead skeletons swear at them from the Colosseum walls. Assuming the Evil Dead skeletons can probably throw rocks and or shoot the rest of their arrows at the God of War Draugr, and the God of War Draugr obviously can't platform or climb at all because they're never shown doing so in the multiple times they could in God of War, I think the Evil Dead win by virtue of them being the smartest and knowing how to climb out of there.
Baffling. All it took was climbing walls.
I think if it was a cage match, the Draugr definitely win. But
Probably.
since the Evil
they
Dead,
have the raw power.
since the Evil Dead could hypothetically be smart enough to climb the wall and just cuss down below, while the God of War Draugr infinitely fight the Dry Bones, they could probably eventually take the Draugr out.
Cool. We got there.
All right.
Yeah.
Zombie time. Trevor, hit me with your top 2 zombies.
I'm gonna say the Eternals this time.
Oh, Eternals from MTG?
Yeah, because in the attack on Ravnica, there's a bunch of generic ones.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Like the people of Ravnica.
I'm gonna for those of you at home who are not turbo nerds, their eternalized zombies are what's called Lazotep zombies. They are essentially undead mummified corpses coated in a magical blue vibranium-esque plating that is basically not indestructible, but really hard to break apart. Especially with magic, if that comes up. Okay, so we have Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Marvel kind.
Thank God.
Which
The
only
cooler
zombified
kind.
the audience. There were no zombies in the movie. Okay.
It would have made it infinitely more interesting.
What's your next zombie?
I might have to stew on this one for a second.
Spence, you're on deck. I need 2 zombies.
I already got it.
Okay.
I don't want to pick something super generic.
Pick something super generic. That's what makes it...
The Left 4 Dead Horde.
God
Left
damn
4
it.
Dead Horde. Okay.
I'm sorry, Spence. I'm sorry I stole that shit from
Left
you.
4
good.
Dead. All right. Spence, if you're really desperate, you can say COD Zombies, and we can settle the debate of who would win COD Zombies or Left 4 Dead Zombies.
I like the utility zombies of Left 4 Dead.
But those are named troops. They wouldn't have those.
They're special.
Oh, so those? Okay. Let's see. Zombies.
You can't say office workers.
As close as they are.
No BMV?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Damn it.
As much as they'd probably take the cake on this one.
Oh, what is it? Killing Floor? Is that the
Didn't
one with
play it.
zombies?
I'm vaguely familiar. I watched a friend of ours named Blaine play it. Okay.
Dude, reference.
KF Zombies, gotcha.
KFC.
And the zombies from Red Dead Undead. Undead Nightmare.
Okay.
Fair.
Western cowboy zombies.
Blah.
All right. Red Dead Undead, gotcha. Wow, this is a stacked lineup. I think, much like last time, I'm just gonna pick the 2 that I'd be disappointed if didn't show up on this list.
Another D&D?
No. We're gonna say Minecraft,
Bruh.
and just because I want to see them get absolutely shit on, Walking Dead.
Might as well disqualify them right now, Yogg. They ain't doing shit.
Oh! We completely missed one.
Oh, what's that?
World War Z?
World War Z.
Those fucking things?
Do you want to switch one for World War Z zombies?
No, because they would just pancake everyone.
Yeah.
They would automatically win.
I strongly disagree with that. Like, seriously.
Oh, really?
I heartily disagree.
Swap my Killing Floor for World War Z.
All right. Since they're basically the same as Left 4 Dead, World War Z has been swapped for Killing Floor. Sorry, Killing Floor fans at home. Let us know if you'd like a sequel to this series. All right.
Sorry for killing your floor.
So,
a second time.
We'll say same rules as last time. 20 of each spawned hexagonal Roman Colosseum.
Splendid.
All right. What happens?
Well, they all just start kind of wandering because there's no food source.
They wouldn't really eat them like each other.
Okay, so the Eternals are from Amonkhet. They're intelligent. They'd know.
Those would probably be really the only ones that would actually make a move.
I feel like the Left 4 Dead zombies, because they're attracted to noise, right?
But they aren't attracted to each other.
Well, yeah, not each other, but they wouldn't recognize these disparate zombies as...
Okay, here, rule. Each of the zombie factions recognizes the other
Okay.
ones as humans.
Here.
No. They're ants.
Which-
they respond
okay.
the way ants respond to rival ant hives.
Left 4 Dead.
Okay, so they're
Left 4 Dead
volatile
2.
against each other.
So like the witch, for example, right? You can make her scream her fucking head off. Does not attract the zombie. The spitter like makes this caustic, guttural exhale every time she spits. Doesn't attract zombies. The hunter goes "Rah!" and jumps on you and like eats the shit out of you. Does not attract zombies.
What attracts the zombies in
Car
Left 4 Dead
horns.
2?
Yes, car horns do. And boomer bile.
Okay, so human
noise specifically.
noise and a specific zombie designed to like mark humans.
Yeah,
for
but it's not the
slaughter.
noise; it's the scent
Yeah.
of the bile.
So a zombie marks humans for slaughter and human noise.
And until like one is disturbed and it like yells, they all just are kind of like docile, just kind
Also,
of
like,
standing there.
Ridiculously loud human noise, because like you can go around and hit
Hey,
shit with
guys.
axes and shoot guns, and it doesn't
Yeah.
attract the horde.
Hey guys, can we say this is taking place at night, pretty please?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
so the zombies don't burn to death.
Yeah, I looked at the Minecraft
The Minecraft-
zombies, and I'm picturing like a sunny Roman Colosseum, and everyone just spawning in, and the Minecraft zombies just
We'll say there's
setting on fire.
We'll say there's a roof and there's like show lights spanning across. the stage.
Okay, we'll give them a roof. Thanks, I appreciate the buff.
No problem,
It's
bro. Chacho.
probably not gonna help.
They're gonna die.
I think there's.
I don't think they're gonna be last.
They're not gonna be last, but
I think the Minecraft zombies will surprise you because I thought of a few things, but I don't think it's helping much. Okay,
there's no jockeys.
so the Eternals have like all the mind and tactics of essentially Egyptian warriors, and basically Iron Man armor.
I think they dog everything in here, bro.
I think they spawn in, form like a shield wall, and start walking. Now, World War Z zombies are like superhumanly fast and strong, right?
Yes.
So,
Could they rip through Lazatep plating?
yes.
Can they?
Well,
Not quick enough, though.
Lazatep plating is really, really, really inconsistent in Magic lore, with characters like Fithlethip being able to break it, and in another panel, Garruk struggling to break it.
What?
Which is wild, because Garruk is a beefcake. He is the beefcake of beefcakes, and Fibblethip is
just
a funny little homunculus.
He's literally a homunculus. Yes, he's a tiny little dude. So like it varies wildly based on circumstance, but I think it's fair to say that the Eternals Lazatep armor. Listen, we are seeing random foot soldiers armed with spears, shields, and swords breaking through it. I think World War Z zombies can definitely hit with the force of a sword or spear.
Yeah.
So it's fair to say that they'd take a few Eternals out, and those two would probably attack each other first, because I'm not familiar with what the Red Dead Undead zombies do.
Also, the Lazatep
the
zombies
rest
are
are
the least zombie out of all of them.
Yeah, the rest are very passive.
Yeah.
With the World War Z zombies are tactical, and they're fast, and they're angry.
And they're organized.
And they would probably spot the Eternals organizing wherever they happen to spawn in.
Yeah. And the two factions would clash.
The two factions would clash first. And I think the Eternals win.
But they probably lose like 65, maybe 70% of their ranks.
All right.
I
Are
wouldn't
any
say
of
that
these
much. I would say like maybe 30% because they're armored versus World War Z zombies, which are just like in clothes.
Yeah, but they're superhumanly fast, and you do have to like basically destroy them to get them to stop.
Yeah. They're going to do a lot of mauling on both ends,
but I don't think a lot of their mauling is going to get through the Lazatep armor.
But they're definitely stronger than your average spearmen.
Oh, yes.
And the spearmen get through the Lazatep plating.
They do. Random Ravnican spearmen do.
I mean, it's hard.
Eh.
It gives them an edge. That's why they win.
I don't think more than 50% of the Eternals would go down.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think we can safely say 10 Eternals survive. But the noise would attract another zombie horde. What do the Red Dead Undead zombies do?
That's a question for this guy.
So, from my limited research, they kind of go like The Walking Dead. mixed with Red Dead.
Are they armed?
No.
They can't like shoot or anything?
No.
Okay. So, hearing the noise, the Red Dead Undead and the Walking Dead start shambling over to the Eternals, which leaves the Minecraft zombies and the Left 4 Dead zombies. Now, Minecraft zombies aren't naturally hostile to anyone except Steve and villagers, so they're kind of just gonna stand there.
And die by some accidental damage, maybe.
Well, if someone hits them, they'll start attacking back.
Right.
So they're probably going to stand there and growl while the Red Dead Undead and the Walking Dead are wandering towards the Eternals. And then, what do the Left 4 Dead zombies do here? Do they just start attacking?
Would you say
Yeah.
a loud enough noise went
They-
off during the combat between the World at War zombies?
So what happens is the Eternals and the World War zombies, being the most tactical zombies, have a showdown. The Eternals win, and then 3 hordes of zombies converge on the Eternals. Do you think the Eternals beat Undead Cowboys, a Left 4 Dead horde, and the Walking Dead?
Depends. Are we assuming the zombies, the Minecraft zombies, took an accidental hit?
No. Probably not. They all spawned on opposite
Then they
sides.
wouldn't be aggroed.
Yeah.
So,
I'm saying it Left 4 Dead,
So
Red
the
Dead,
left-
and Walking Dead all converge on the Eternals.
yes.
Does that kill the Eternals?
You guys think it kills the Eternals?
The Walking Dead is kind of a non-factor here.
Yeah, they get mauled to death.
They move slowly. They die easily.
Spence mentioned the Red Dead zombies are also like that. So
Are they basically the same?
They're faster than Red Dead zombies.
they're also
Or,
equipped with like
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead zombies.
they're equipped with like Western gear.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they
know how
can't
much that
use
but
matters.
they
any
don't.
of it.
They don't have guns though.
Yeah.
They're just like normal zombies, but in Western garb.
It
Yeah,
means
that
they
doesn't
have
help
like
anything.
leather. You
That
know,
that doesn't
yeah,
do
it doesn't.
anything.
It's not going to
fucking
help
bro.
much.
Yeah.
I still think that the Eternals will flatten them. Maybe
I will say the Left 4 Dead zombies probably do take out like 2 or 3, maybe 4 of the remaining.
that's what I was about to say.
Eternals.
About like maybe 5 or
To
6
be honest,
Eternals.
if all 3 are converging on them and the 3 zombie factions aren't giving a shit about one another and only attacking the Eternals, it might end the Eternals
Well,
as a faction.
So the problem is the Eternals are tactical.
But do you think that all 3 of them are just going to like gang up against the Eternals?
No, they probably attack the Eternals first, realize that the other zombies are also hostile, and then start attacking each other. Probably before even the Eternals all go down.
I'm going to say 4 Eternals die.
I'm also going to say 4 Eternals die. I'm going to say 3 of them are killed by the Left 4 Dead zombies, and one of them gets sandwiched between a Red Dead Undead and a Walking Dead as the 2 of them sort of
Like
retard
clash.
hug each other.
Yeah. He gets mauled by floppy hand.
All right.
That leaves 6 Eternals.
That leaves 6 Eternals versus 20 Minecraft zombies.
The Eternals got
The
this.
Eternals win. That felt like such an unfair pick, to be
I
honest.
actually think if it was 8 Eternals, they got this. But hear me out. Minecraft zombies kill Steve. Steve's feats are crazy. His strength is insane. Like, if you put Steve in the real world, he would be able to carry the literal fucking earth.
Well,
Zombies also get killed by arrows.
Yeah,
normal arrows.
normal arrows. The Eternals march in a shield wall. They don't normally fire. Like, Last Tip Archer's a named character, and it's noted how strange that is.
Right, but they'll have spears.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They die
I
to a
think
few
they're
spear
smart
hits.
enough not to just like go in and just go gung ho. I think they know how to train
Zombies have
zombies.
20 HP. If we assume an iron sword is dealing 7 points of damage,
Mm-hmm.
it's about 3 swings to kill one.
Right.
I think the Eternals would train the zombies like you would in COD.
Sorry, that's a diamond sword. It's 4 hits. If it's relevant.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Minecraft zombies can kill Steve, and that's like
that is true.
that's
Only
a
if they
huge
gang
feat.
him.
Like, not only if they gang him. Steve can stand in a corner unarmored and get hit like what 5 times and die.
But that's unarmored.
Yeah, hold on. How many unarmored hits does it take for Steve to die from a zombie? What's their hit damage?
Zombies do depends on difficulty. To be fair, we'll assume normal.
Sure, yeah. Let's not buff them. Let's not nerf them. Normal sounds fine.
Live research.
Live research.
Attack strength on normal is 3 points or a heart and a half.
A heart.
So
and a half?
that means about 7 times.
Okay, so okay, let's assume a Lazatep armored Eternal is about as durable as unarmored Steve. I think that's very fair, because unarmored Steve can carry the weight of the fucking earth on his shoulders.
This is true.
Can run for miles without being hungry. Like, regular ass Steve can fall from a height that would kill most people 2 or 3 times over and be at half health. I think it's completely fair to say that the Lazatep, which can be killed by medieval weaponry, is probably about as durable as Steve.
Most likely.
So 20 zombies, 6 Lazatep Eternals. Zombies hit how fast a second?
I think 1 time a second.
1 time a second?
I could check their attack speed online.
Average.
Are we assuming perchance their natural equipment spawns? Because keep in mind, zombies can spawn with equipment in their hands.
Oh shit, yeah.
And are we going to assume that the Minecraft zombies have just kind of stayed where they are and not?
I'm not seeing chances here.
Picked a fight with other hordes.
How
Probably. Zombies aren't.
I don't feel like all 20
consistently would you
Minecraft
say-
zombies would make it to the end. I feel like there's and maybe a few have walked off or tried to pick fights.
Tommy,
That's fair.
how consistently would you say the word occasionally is when applied to equipment? Because the wiki says occasionally.
We'll say
20%.
we'll highball it and say 20%. So one of the zombies is an ultra zombie.
One of them can have an iron shovel, an iron sword, an iron spear, a diamond sword, any kind of armor, sometimes even enchanted, and pumpkins.
Cool. So we'll say one of the zombies
One of them has a pumpkin.
We'll say one of the zombies spawned in and it's a mega zombie. We'll say it's
It's got a diamond chest plate and an iron sword.
Sure.
Maybe it's got chain boots too, and they're enchanted with projectile protection.
Even with all these buffs, I still think the Eternals win, but there's probably only 2 of them remaining.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because the
Mega
zombies
zombie knocks one of them straight out.
Well, it's not even just that. It's the zombies are they exist on a 2-ish cubic plane. They spawn in, they go and they just sort of walk towards him and they just fucking die existing next to this thing. I think the zombies.
Yikes.
I think the zombies probably kill a few of the Lazateps.
Honestly, we could see the Eternals die in some of these situations.
For sure. I think it's a high diff.
Yeah.
I think it's 30% of the time maybe the zombies win.
Yeah.
The Minecraft zombies. But the Eternals usually win.
They definitely have the average,
Yeah.
but it's not guaranteed by any
I think the
means.
Eternals usually win.
High def.
And there's usually maybe 2, maybe 3 of them remaining.
Yeah.
And one of them has its leg cracked off.
What a brutally close battle.
Yeah.
Lazatep zombies feel unfair.
I knew the second we decided the Minecraft zombies wouldn't light on fire. The fact that they can kill Steve probably
makes them a formidable opponent.
Oh yeah, if it was just Minecraft versus World War Z zombies, I honestly think the Minecraft zombies win. Because the World War Z zombies are just humans with constant fight or flight turned on. So
yeah.
Minecraft zombies are stronger than that because Steve is way stronger than a human.
That is true.
All right. Vampire category. Now for this one, no named vampires. You have to pick a specific kind of vampire. A sort of minion troop style vampire. So you can't say Dracula, but if you want to reference Bram Stoker's canon, you can say vampires that behave like the Bride of Dracula. And you can't say Edward Cullen, but if you're a fan of Twilight, you can say Twilight vampires. Trevor, hit us with your 2 vampire categories.
Vampires of the Markov lineage.
Okay, continuing referencing magic cards.
We're magic nerds.
All right.
We gotta do this, Protecho.
Markov vampires. For those of you at home, Markov vampires are vampires from Magic the Gathering, and they're vulnerable to sunlight, stakes through the heart, angels, clerics, and
Hot silver foxed men and their blood. Odric.
yeah, their entire lineage did get nuked one time.
Oh, because one was Hangi.
They're known for being fast and eating humans. So that's something. But they're usually depicted as... Each of them are depicted as significantly weaker than Dracula. Which is fine, because they're mooks. Alright, what's your second category of vampire?
It's certainly a tighter genre, huh?
There's actually more vampires in modern fiction than there is skeletons or zombies. Just not in our niches, you know?
Right. See, it's so easy to, like, name named vampires, you know?
What's the named vampire that's jumping out at you right now?
Obviously fucking Dracula, but, like, Castlevania Dracula.
Oh, okay. So you can name Castlevania vampires.
I would like to do that.
Okay, sure, absolutely. Castlevania. Can I ask the, like... Because Castlevania is, like, 30-plus years of history. Are you talking games? Are you talking Netflix series?
We're talking game.
Castlevania games. Okay. Castlevania games. Okay. Spiensor?
So the first one that comes to mind, because this was one of my favorite movies, was the vampires from Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, like you said earlier.
Okay, okay.
It's
I remember seeing it at Family Video one time, and I was like, dude, this is so Family Video coded.
It is, in fact, the Sharknado of vampire movies. But I mean
so
that in the
good.
best fucking way possible. Okay. Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter vampires.
Holy fuck.
Originally, I was going to say the series Castlevania vampires, but
You could do that too.
So
they are
but
different.
Are they different?
Yeah. The thing is, the vampires in the Castlevania games look less impressive, but generally do
The same thing.
Yeah. Like, they are different. The reason I asked specifically is because the Castlevania show vampires that aren't named are usually, like, just town guards with fangs, basically. But in the games, they're, like...
I'm talking about the caped gooks
Yeah.
that hide in the castle wall.
Yeah, they're, like, fast and durable and fairly strong. I don't think... There is enough of a distinction to ask when someone picks it, but if you picked show vampires, it would probably be worse game vampires or better game vampires, depending on which clips of the show we referenced, and if we say that most vampires have, for instance, spells in the show or not.
I hate that I'm gonna name this.
Hey,
one.
I picked Walking Dead just so that they'd get dogged on. If you want to pick Twilight just to hear them get described, okay, yeah. Twilight, huh?
Yeah. My sister was a ridiculously huge fan of that.
Every Twi has its light.
You're a twi.
What?
What?
Get your ass on, boy.
Okay,
All right,
so
Tommy.
so we have Markov, Castlevania, Abe Lincoln, and Twilight.
What a stack up, eh?
Yeah, there, don't you know? You know what? I'm gonna make it really simple, like I've been doing. I'm gonna add some mainstream back to it. I'm gonna say Blade.
Oh fuck yeah!
Shit!
And I'm gonna say Skyrim.
No, not the rar.
The Skyrim vampires. Yeah. We've referenced it once already, but you know, limited mediums.
I've already referenced Magic.
Okay.
Twice.
You have, in fact. We have messaged
3 times with Spank.
Yeah, we have mentioned. Yeah, that's funny.
You can see where our interests are.
For sure. Okay, so. Do we do 20 or do we just say 5 for this one?
Let's bump it down to 10.
10. Okay. All right. So 10 Markov, Castlevania, Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Twilight, Blade, and Skyrim vampires spawn on opposite ends of a Roman Colosseum. Can we put the Minecraft provision
That it's night.
that there's no
Yes.
sunlight? Okay, amazing.
Well, you
Amazing.
You don't want to see some of them sparkle and the other half like disappear into dust.
If we put sunlight here, I swear to fuck, I don't want to say that the Twilight vampires instantly win, because the only other variant here that survives is the Skyrim ones.
No.
That will slowly take damage and then get annihilated by the Twilight ones.
The
Inevitably
vampires
die.
from Abraham Lincoln do not ash in sunlight.
Okay. Do they are they hurt by it? Do they
I don't
dislike the
think
light?
so. I think their powers are just weakened in sunlight.
Okay, well,
Because it showed one of the vampires
Markov
at
ones, they aren't really weakened in sunlight, but they definitely don't like to go out in it.
they die. They die. That's why so many sunlight spells kill them.
Yeah.
The problem is
weakness to daybound.
Yeah, shut the hell up. The problem with the vampires in Innistrad is it's always overcast.
Yeah,
It's
always British.
Yeah, it's canonically
Oh my God,
gloomy.
it's Seattle.
So the
They
vampires
always get
are
away with
okay,
just walking out during the day.
Yeah, the vampires are fine.
I guess that's why I never know, because I kind of just assumed that they were immune to it.
Yeah,
But
no,
in
the
reality,
plane is
it's
just
because the sun
canonically
doesn't ever
gloomy.
actually shine.
Yeah, notice how
on the
the
plane.
only time the sun ever shines on a card set in Innistrad is when there's a fucking angel center stage, and you'll notice why the humans worship the angels so much.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Awesome. I'm so happy half of the roster isn't just annihilated or like completely nerfed to hell.
Yippee!
That's great. All right. So 10 of them spawn in. What do you think happens?
I don't know much about Castlevania. I think the...
Hey guys.
Oh.
Second provision. Can we put a ring of anti-vampire lasers on the roof of this Coliseum?
They'll go
They
flying
don't
away.
just fucking escape.
Yeah, I looked at this roster and I immediately realized the Castlevania, the Twilight, the Abe Lincoln, and the Blade vampires would all just climb out the Coliseum and run away.
Yeah.
Maybe the Skyrim ones too, but you can't really climb in Skyrim, so I'd be willing to say that that's a no.
Or we'll
And
just say
the
that
Markov ones aren't ever shown like ripping into rock so they can
No.
climb up a sheer wall.
But they are shown, like, floating and flying and stuff.
So some of them maybe could, but okay. So anti-vampire force field on top of the arena. Nighttime.
Yeah.
Now that
All these restrictions.
now that the
we got
restrictions
it,
have
though.
been set, what happens?
The Castlevania ones are really tough. Look, they beat the shit out of Simon Belmont, one of the best vampire hunters known to date. No, hold on. Let's figure this out real quick.
Okay, Simon Belmont loses to Captain America. He's just a smart guy.
But does he lose to Blade?
Oh shit! Absolutely, Blade has guns.
Ah. but
It's
but I
like
think
it's
Simon's-
not even close. It's not even
It's
particularly
like putting
close.
a British guy against an American guy.
Okay,
The American
maybe
guy
He's
is
just
going to
like,
win because he
there's
has
only ever
guns.
gonna be one Blade, and he just shoots Simon Belmont several times in the head. Like it's not even particularly close.
I don't know, but, like, is it Simon or Trevor that ends up actually defeating Dracula?
They both do. They both
Yeah.
fight and beat Dracula in their respective
He's
games.
literally a god in the game, right?
I mean, he's deific. He's worshipped.
He's almost a god.
He's hoarded knowledge so long that he can canonically call meteors down from the sky and things like that. He's thrown the world into an apocalyptic state. Dracula is the most busted he is in any medium probably in the Castlevania series. If this was a named Draculas versus named Draculas fight, Castlevania Dracula would probably dog every other Dracula.
But are we talking about the Dracula of Castlevania versus just his minions, vampires?
But what I'm thinking, like, right, is like Blade probably can't beat that Dracula. Simon Belmont and Trevor Belmont are both capable. They can probably avoid bullets in some way.
This is what we call hacks in the power scaling community.
Yes, this is what I'm getting at. There's hacks
because
in this
Trevor
situation.
and Simon both are armed with things that are essentially Dracula's kryptonite. Like, any assassin can kill Superman with a kryptonite bullet, but Superman obviously still loses to Ezio. Or no, obviously still dogs Ezio.
Yes.
Just because that's how it works in the story doesn't necessarily mean that that's how it would work in a cage match, right? So, like, I think if you put Blade unarmed in a room against Castlevania's Dracula, and you put Simon Belmont unarmed in a room against Castlevania's Dracula, it's incredibly fair to say that Blade is canonically stronger, faster, and better than Simon base stat level in every way, and he'd survive longer. Both would get annihilated by Dracula because they're unarmed. Continuing this theory, if you gave Blade the equipment and magical hacks and knowledge required to kill Dracula in the Castlevania universe, he could probably do it better than Simon, because Blade is just better than a human in every conceivable way, and Simon's just a dude.
This is true.
It'd be like giving Batman the Iron Man armor. Like, would he be a better Iron Man than Tony Stark? Fucking absolutely. What are you telling me? He's just better than Tony Stark.
I will
and
say
those
this.
stats.
The vampires from Blade, they don't exactly scale with Blade. At least the, like, generic goons don't.
Oh, for sure.
So I think they end up getting dogged fairly early in the fight.
I will say the generic goons do have guns in Blade, which is a big dealio.
This
Are
is
they
true.
just normal guns?
They are, in fact, just normal guns.
Okay, those will body the Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, shit. And probably also the Skyrim ones have wards. Wards block ranged attacks. Would wards from Skyrim stop bullets?
How
I
many
don't
bullets
think
do they
so.
have?
It's one thing to stop an arrow. I don't know if it's stopping bullets.
Even if it is, I don't know if they have the reaction time.
I think
or
it
the
depends on who
mana.
aggroes to who.
Yeah, that's where we
Because
need to...
okay, so the Abraham Lincoln vampires do way better if the Blade vampires go down first.
For sure. But the Blade vampires aren't going down first. Here, let me rephrase.
If they go down soon.
Okay. So, I think how it's going to have to work is they're all going to spawn in. They're going to look around. They're going to realize it's a death match. All of them instantly do this. I don't think any of them are dumb enough to not immediately assume that. The Markov
the
vampires and the Skyrim vampires aren't speedsters.
No.
It's been a really long time since I've seen Abe Lincoln. Are they speedsters?
They are fast.
But are they Twilight fast?
Yes.
They can run like 60 plus miles an hour in Twilight.
I think the Markov ones are the first.
Maybe
to go,
not that
bro.
fast,
They're not that fast?
but they're fast.
They're fast, but not keeping up with cars fast.
Well, to the point that Abraham Lincoln had to be trained to have superhuman reflexes against them.
Okay. I remember that.
So
Look.
I don't exactly know how fast their zombies are.
Speed out of the way. The Markov ones are the first to go, probably. I'm gonna keep it a buck 50.
The Markov ones do read like worse Skyrim ones, because the Skyrim ones always have like fantastic spellcasting.
Yeah.
And the Skyrim ones are reading like the first to go.
Yeah, I think the Markov ones are the first to go. I love my boy Soren, but his spawn are weak as shit.
Yeah. There are vampires that can just get dogged on by random normal humans.
Yeah.
So, okay, so how it works is they all spawn in. They all look around, realize it's a death match, and then it goes to speed. Since the Markov ones and the Skyrim ones are the only ones that aren't confirmed fast in some way, they get immediately killed. Like the Skyrim ones, stronger, faster than an average human. The Markov ones, stronger, faster than an average human. The Twilight vampires could race like Bronze Age Flash. The Blade ones, notably, very fast too. The Abe Lincoln ones are at least fast enough that someone needs to train to be able to dodge like bullets to be able to keep track of them. And the Castlevania ones...
They can teleport.
They can basically teleport. But we know that they're not teleporting. We know that they're just usually moving really fast. So they can flash step. So the Markov ones and the Skyrim ones get blitzed, which is sad because I thought magic would matter more.
Yeah.
Now,
Alas.
Blade ones probably open up and try to shoot some of them. I think it's fair to say if you can flash step the Castlevania vampires, probably teleport around the bullets. I think the Twilight vampires, the thing with them is you need to rip off all of their limbs and their heads and then set them on fire to kill them.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, they definitely have fire spells. Almost all these vampires do.
No,
Except for
because the Markov and the Skyrim ones are dead, and
the Blade ones can't.
Blade ones don't have magic. Castlevania ones,
They can set them on fire.
some of them do, but these are unnamed mooks. These are averages, right?
But all of them can cast spells.
Well, yeah, but like if we wanted to say that, then the Twilight ones would just win because randomly some vampires are just the avatar. Like there is a Twilight vampire who controls the
I
four
forgot about
elements.
that. Fucking hate Twilight Yogg.
Some of them can just see the fucking future. We just have to assume that all these vampires are unpowered.
That's fair.
So the Castlevania ones are just the unpowered mooks. They're not the spellcasters. So they can just go really fast and hit really hard. They dodge the bullets. The Abe Lincoln ones don't. The Twilight ones almost do, but don't. They get hit by them,
They are injured.
but it doesn't hurt them.
Are the Abe Lincoln ones dead?
I think so.
Yes.
I think the Abe Lincoln ones die
think
shortly after the Markov and the Skyrim ones get blitzed. And then I think the Blade ones die, because they're just worse than the Castlevania and the Twilight ones in every way except that they have guns. And the guns don't work on the Castlevania or the Twilight ones.
Yeah. So they're the next to fall.
Which leaves us with 10 Castlevania vampires fighting 10 Twilight vampires. Okay, let's go over feats. What do the Castlevania vampires have to offer?
I'm just gonna pull up a full list, just so we don't have any discrepancies.
Okay. Twilight vampires, which I know too much about because I have a girlfriend. They're really strong. They're stupid fast. And they can't be killed unless you rip them apart and set them on fire. Now, that doesn't mean fire is their weakness, that just means it's the only way to kill them. We'll say a victory would probably be, like, crippling them, though. We'll call that a win state. Even if the Castlevania vampires don't have a way to or figure out to set them on fire, we'll say if they rip them apart,
If they're
that's
ripped
a win
apart, yeah.
state. Okay. They're at the very least bullet and truck proof, because they've been hit by trucks and bullets and been fine.
Physical abilities are not limited to immortality, enhanced strength, speed, and endurance well above the human levels, as well as magical abilities allowing them to use fire, lightning, ice, wind, darkness, or any other element associated to each vampire, as well as teleporting. Psychical powers, and even reincarnation. But that's only available to powerful vampires. We're going to say the reincarnation is not available.
Well, I mean,
and the psychic abilities, too.
Yeah, also, all the spells are specific, like, boss vampires and stuff. Yes?
I don't think the vampire pukes from Twilight have the fantastical powers of elements, mind control, or reading thoughts or shit like that.
Yeah, these are the vague ones. Because we're going off of mooks, not the ones that had. I'm gonna say quirks.
They will just be.
Yeah.
That's kind of the span of their powers.
fat.
That and transforming into bats, obviously.
Oh shit!
But
They win. They win
Between that, I think the
Why do you
Castlevanias
think
have
they
it in
win?
speed.
because
and-
they turn to bats.
Bats.
Yeah, that gets them. So there's that barrier of vampire-proof stuff on the
Oh.
ceiling, but they can turn into bats, and then the Twilight ones get depowered if they haven't eaten a human in a day.
So they just hang out.
They just
Up
War
on
of
the top.
attrition.
Yeah, they can just hover in bat form. Because the Castlevania vampires, yeah, they have to drink blood, but it's never specified how long they have to go without blood, right?
Yeah.
It can be a long time. Some of them are in, like, sealed crypts for hundreds of years.
And they chillin'.
They chillin'.
Yeah, they waited out a day and then they...
Yeah. And the Twilight vampires, when their eyes aren't red, they depower. And their eyes stop being red if they haven't killed a human in, like, I think it's a week.
I don't
Okay,
know.
cool. They wait it out and they murk.
I think the ability to fly and just hang out until the Twilight vampires die is probably fine. Plus, the Castlevania vampires are probably faster. Maybe it's
I
hard
think
to
they're
call.
faster.
It says
If
they
they-
literally have teleportation.
Well, that's only the powerful ones though. But all of them, even the most basic vampire in Castlevania can flash step. So they're all probably fast enough to move faster than the
Yeah.
human eye, which
Yeah.
is not something Twilight vampires do. Bella is always checking out her boy toys.
All right. Castlevania wins. We're moving on.
Thankfully, I didn't
No
want
talking
Twilight to
about
win.
boy toys.
I
That's for a different episode.
It's really close though. I will say, I think the fact that they can all turn into
Hacks.
bats,
Yeah.
Hex probably gets it. If it wasn't for the bats thing, it's really close to a coin toss. Which is annoying to admit that the Twilight vampires are
could win, but they're
probably the
unfortunately
most
very
broken.
strong.
I mean, hey, if it was strongest vampire available, this probably goes to the Magic the Gathering Oldswalker vampire, right?
Probably Dracula. Just
Dracula from
Castlevania.
Castle. Does Oldswalker beat God?
I don't know. Well, maybe because planeswalkers have killed gods before. Hell, yeah, actually, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Oldswalker vampire wins.
Yeah,
Come
for
on,
sure.
Soren wins.
Soren wins.
Like, well, think about it like this: Elspeth, a new walker after the fracturing, she managed to kill fuck. Hold on, give me a second. Helios.
Yeah, she did. But I guess it's not really a comparable feat though, because the gods die on Theros all the time. Like, it was strong and
It was a
cool.
god.
It was a god,
nonetheless.
but like, I mean, okay, I guess not Heliod. Any god except the god of the sun immediately dies to Dracula on Theros. I was gonna say
true.
Dracula just dogs on Heliod, but then I remembered Kryptonite and all that, and I was like, well, I actually don't think Dracula could beat Heliod, but Dracula could beat any other Theros god.
Okay, what about Nicol Bolas when he's ascending as a dragon god?
Oh, I think that is a
'Cause
death battle.
He got beat,
Mm-hmm.
and he got beat by a bunch of newer planeswalkers, and I guess a couple of zombified dead gods.
Mm.
But they were from Amonkhet, so who gives a fuck? They're even weaker than the ones on Theros. And we already, confirmed that they would get dogged the shit on by an Oldswalker.
Yeah.
So, I still think, OG Soren, pre-nerf, could absolutely dog on Nicol Bolas.
I don't think that's the case.
You don't think so?
I don't think OG Theron could dog on Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas has just always been presented as more powerful than the other Oldswalkers. And in addition to that, I think Castlevania Dracula probably beats Bolas.
He's really fucking strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had one more?
I
Is that
had
right?
one more.
I think we're gonna go over. I think we're gonna skip my topic. We're running a little late, and I'll
We
save
are.
that for the next.
Oh.
It'd be
Oh.
funny.
Well, I'm sorry, Trev. I didn't mean to skip your
It's
topic.
okay.
We
This
can
has been a very fun topic.
we
so
can
far.
ghost ghosts if you want to just go on to your topic.
No. We should do ghosts. It'd be
Okay.
funny. I think.
Okay, Trevor. Hit me with your 2 mook ghosts.
Booze.
Back to Mario. All right. Booze.
Okay.
This is going to be weird. I'm excited for this, but this is going to be weird as fuck. Because how do you beat a boo?
I'm gonna double down on Mario. All the ghosts from Luigi's Mansion, bro.
Aren't those just boos?
No, they're completely different.
Spence, can you fact check this?
I can, and I agree. It's a different type of ghost. I don't know exactly what they're called.
They look like colored nut socks with
Yeah.
yellow eyes.
They're
Boos
not
do
boos.
not look like that.
Okay. I'm going to put Luigi Ghost.
My foot's numb. There's a ghost in my leg right now, bro, Chacho. God fucking damn it.
While your foot's being possessed, Spence, hit me with your 2 ghosts.
So mine are going to come from media. First one is going to be ghosts from Casper's realm.
Oh, shit. They're getting dogged on by the power of friendship.
Damn. I think
And
all
then-
of ours lost, Tom.
And then next one is ghosts from Beetlejuice.
Okay. Beetle ghosts. Gotcha. What do you even add to round this out?
Ghost from God.
Shut the fuck. He's so dead.
Dude,
Yeah, he's so
Dude,
dead.
the
He ain't doing
ghosts.
just actual ghost.
what about them?
Dude, they're gonna turn him into a ghost, bro. Dude, it's a reference.
It's a reference. Oh. Bro.
For context, Spence has a Call of Duty Ghosts Prestige Edition for the Xbox 360 in the background because he's that fucking old.
Fuck you.
That was like a decade ago, Spence.
Shut the fuck up.
A decade? That was like
2016?
Yeah,
Tommy, what's your choices?
that was more than 10. That was like 15 years ago, bro.
Oh
Checho.
shit, really?
Yeah. Dude, COD 3 came. That came out before COD 2.
All
COD
right.
2 is in 2012.
Episode's running long. Reining things in.
All right. Start raining, twin.
I see all of you, and I see the childhood like stuff
Nostalgia.
just kind of creeping in, and then Beetlejuice is randomly here, and I think that there's one ghost that stands above the rest. I'm going to put in Pokemon ghosts, specifically the Lavender Town ones, which are usually Gengar and Hauntar.
Bruh.
And Ghastly.
Usually Ghastly. And then I don't know what's a good one to round these out. I feel like we don't have a good like classic ghouly ghost.
You could just put D&D Ghost.
Oh,
Ghostbusters.
Shining.
Shining and Ghostbusters are solid. I'm gonna not do Shining because don't want to get into the Stephen King mythos. That's a fucking rabbit hole. That's not even a rabbit hole. That's a rabbit
whole
dimension.
Yeah.
But I like Ghostbusters. Is there like a Ghostbuster mook though?
It's not exactly.
There's not
They're
really
all kind of unique.
Yeah, all the ghosts in Beetlejuice are unique too. But all the ghosts in Ghostbusters follow a few rules, so we'll just put down Ghostbusters and just go from there.
Not quite Slimer, but just like, I don't know. Some of the ones they might just suck up.
Not
On
Slimer,
the side
but
of the
Gooner.
Okay.
Gooner. Dude, wait till they find Gooner.
So
Gooner's
I
sliding,
actually
bro.
don't think this format works for ghosts at all. At least not the ones we picked. So
No.
instead of a Roman Colosseum, we're gonna say bubble dimension.
Okay.
Bubble dimension?
Yes, it's a bubble. It goes, we'll say, 200 feet, 200 foot radius sphere of, I guess, air and fog. And at the bottom of it, there's like a pit of wood planks with chairs.
Okay.
And there's no escaping the sphere ever at all.
Okay.
Not through planar travel or any other means.
That's right. Oh, that's what I was gonna put. I was gonna put Danny Phantom, not
He's a beast.
Ghostbusters.
Dude.
Should I put Danny Phantom Ghosts
Well-
instead? Because they have more rules.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Change that one for Ghostbusters.
Sorry,
little
Beetlejuice
too
is fulfilling the nostalgia role. I remembered I wanted to talk about the Phantom Zone ghosts. So we're gonna talk about
I'm the box ghost. Ooh.
Ooh.
Cool.
I do box.
All right. All right, here we are. So, are we doing 10, 20, 5? What do you guys think?
I don't even fucking know.
How
They're
did-
ghosts.
How do ghosts go about?
And most of them are honestly probably kind of friendly to each other.
It's a death match. They know they can't get out unless they kill each other.
True. I'd say
Ghost King.
I'd say
What?
10.
10 of
10
each?
again.
Okay, 10 again.
They definitely don't rank in the zombie and skeleton category.
All right. So there's 10 of each.
Can
They
any of them kill a... Oh, excuse me. Have we seen any of these ghosts kill anything else?
Okay, the Danny Phantom ghosts can definitely kill other Danny Phantom
I've
ghosts.
seen Booze kill my Mario hundreds of times.
The Lavender Town ghosts, which are almost always Gengar, but are sometimes Haunters and Ghastlies.
Well, Gengar's the final evolution.
Yeah. Well, you need to trade a Gengar, so they're almost always Ghastly.
Yeah.
But some of them are Haunters, and sometimes they're just dead-ass undead Pokemon. But that kind of got retconned in later games,
Yeah,
so
'cause-
we'll,
shoot.
we'll just say they usually act like it. You know what? There's 10 of them. Let's say there are 9 Ghastly and 1 Haunter.
Okay.
Cool.
No Gengar?
No Gengar. That would be... They would all lose.
Well, I still think they're going. Everything besides the Pokemon are gonna lose.
I mean, so Pokemon logic is Ghost type is super effective to ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Danny Phantom ghosts probably dog the Pokemon. Because I don't know if the Pokemon can hit the Danny Phantom ghosts back, but the Danny Phantom ghosts are gonna hit the others that's super effective.
I forget because
I
it's been
think
a
the
while.
Boos just automatically win unless any of them have light. Because Boos, the second you look at them, they go and they hide their faces like a bunch of chud cells. And they become completely invulnerable to damage while they do that.
That's fair. So they're invulnerable to damage while cowering, but like, I guess they would have to like stop cowering, or it's just a DNF, right?
That is true. But even then, they can still like go towards you, and like unless you have a light, there's no real way to stop them.
I mean, yeah, but these are all also ghosts. They can fly away presumably at the same speed.
Boos are also very slow, to be fair. They're probably the slowest out of all of these.
I don't know. I feel like the Casper ghosts and the Beetle ghosts would probably talk to each other.
Yeah, there would be a yap session downstairs.
What the fuck do Luigi ghosts even do?
Haunt objects. Most of them are poltergeists, so like they love to just haunt things and then come out when people get near and go.
Okay.
Also, they're haunting the chairs.
Cool. They're haunting the chairs. And
There's
the
not even
below.
a combat going on, Yogg.
They all spawn in
Not
and go
right away.
Woo! But they all know they have to defeat each other to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Beetlejuice ghosts can hurt other Beetlejuice ghosts, so we can assume they can injure and interact with the other ghosts freely.
This is true.
But they are just normal-ass people who happen to look however they looked when they died. So, like, if you died in a car accident, you would look like you're in a car accident right now. 10 of them? Yeah, it's hard to say. I can't imagine normal people probably stand much of a chance if they just start trying to kill Pokemon and Danny Phantom ghosts.
I don't think any of the ghosts besides... It's going to come down to a 3-way battle between the Danny Phantom ghost, the Pokemon, and the Boos.
So, can the Casper ghosts hurt each other?
Yes.
Oh, they can.
Well, at least as much as a PG movie would show, like it shows them like slapping the crap out of Casper.
Okay, so they can make contact. Gotcha.
They can murder.
I mean, maybe they involuntarily manslaughter
I think
the
the
dad.
Luigi Mansion poltergeists just get nuked, bro. They're like really silly.
I mean, I feel like in a different matchup they'd be great, but they're just kind of like possessing the chairs and stuff. So we'll say the guys who possess the chairs probably lose the first.
Yeah. They probably maul like one random ghost.
I think
and it's probably on accident.
I think it's safe to say the Casper
probably
ghosts.
Maul one Beetlejuice ghost.
I think it's safe to say the Casper ghosts and the Beetlejuice ghosts probably fight first because they can talk, and the Boos are cowardly, the Pokemon are unintelligent, and the Danny Phantoms. No, the average Danny Phantom is really dumb. They're kind of like a more impulsive version of whatever the fuck they were when they were alive.
Right.
So it's safe to say they'd actually probably start by fighting the Luigi ghosts and sort of just nuking them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Beetle ghosts and the Casper ghosts would talk. The Casper ghosts would be too wholesome for the Beetle ghosts. And they'd attack. I can't imagine the Casper Ghosts winning any confrontation between any of these guys.
Yeah, they're just too wholesome, and I mean, they're normal people.
Yeah, if they can be touched, which I thought maybe they just had an immortality buff, kind of like the Skyrim children. But if they can be touched and hurt, I think they just lose to whoever attacks them first, which is probably the other faction of speaking ghosts.
It should also be mentioned, technically the Luigi Mansion poltergeists never actually die.
They
get sucked into a vacuum and then put into a machine.
Suck.
Which is also the lose con for the Danny Phantom ghosts.
Yeah.
And also the Ghostbusters.
What it does mean, though, is that they probably never get...
Ghostbusters on here.
Yeah, that's fair.
They probably never get truly knocked out of the fight, which means they will make the chair area a permanent danger zone.
Which would matter if any of the ghosts had to walk.
This is true.
It
is important to mention.
It's important to mention that the Danny Phantom and the Luigi ghosts...
They still don't win.
Sort of eternally fight in the bottom, the Luigi ghosts constantly losing. The Beetle ghosts kill the Casper ghosts, which leaves the flying factions as the Boos, the Lavender Town ghosts, and the Beetle ghosts.
I think the Pokemon ghosts body the Beetle ghosts.
I think the Pokemon ghosts body the Boos, and then the Beetle ghosts are smart. And the Pokemon, notoriously very stupid. They're going, Ghastly! And the Beetle ghosts are like, sign this contract!
What?
Then again, Pokemon are notoriously really good at battling. I think the fact that they have speech would probably matter, but
the Boos get bodied the second any one of the Pokemon use a ranged attack.
Like Shadow Ball.
Because they only care when you get close and you're looking at them.
Yeah.
And they're still kind of vulnerable.
Oh shit, all the Lavender Town ghosts know Curse, which lets them, hurt themselves to make something disappear and, die after a few turns in Pokemon.
Boos are gone. They are dead.
Well, I don't think they need to use that on the Boos or the Beetle ghosts, because as cool as it would be to say the Beetle ghosts talk their way out of it, I don't think the Ghastly care.
Yeah.
So the Pokemon kill the Boos and the Beetle ghosts, and they look down below at the continuously losing battle between Luigi's ghosts and the Danny Phantom ghosts. And then
they maul the piss out of them.
And then they simultaneously curse the Danny Phantom ghosts, which kills them slowly. And then they can just kill the Luigi ghosts or DNF the Luigi ghosts and win there. I think the Pokemon just take this home. I don't see...
Pokemon got the dub.
I think... Yep.
It'd be really cool to say, this one's got this thing, and this one's got the other thing.
Pokemon have, hacks. They have magical abilities and stuff.
Yeah.
The others are just kind of like, oh, you're gonna get it now, and then they give you a ghostly fisticuff.
The Danny Phantom ghosts probably kill the Pokemon at a certain point, because Pokemon are weak. Ghost-type Pokemon are weak to other ghost types. That's their kryptonite. But, they're also super fast and, intangible and teleport and fly and shit. And it's yeah, the Phantom ones do that, but they all do that at a human level, and Pokemon are just, busted. Yeah, I think the Pokemon got this.
Probably. The Phantoms could have it. It depends. It depends on what gets aggroed onto the Pokemon first. Because if the Boos can pick some of them off...
I don't think the Boos can. Because the Pokemon just body the Boos. And the Boos can cower and become immune to damage.
The Boos also don't really strategize. They don't have tactics.
They just kind of fly at them.
Bro, we chose Goofy Ghost, and then the Pokemon got stuff.
Okay, so to clarify...
No diff.
If we had a winner's bracket, it would be Castlevania Vampires versus a bunch of Ghastly versus Eternalized Zombies versus Evil Dead Skeletons.
The ghosts still win. No. Can vampires kill ghosts?
The Castlevania Vampires?
Yeah.
I think normally yes, but we picked specifically the weakest version, so I don't think so. But I don't think...
This all depends on that, because let's keep it $1.50. The zombies and the skeletons are not going to win this final matchup.
No. Well, I think the Evil Dead skeletons have a chance to annoy some of them.
I'll tell you
But I
what, the
think the
zombies
vampire-
die first.
Really? I actually don't think the Lazatep zombies die. I think, okay, how it goes is the ghost types really good against fighting other ghosts.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Ghastly bodying a Castlevania vampire or a Lazatep zombie. I can't imagine it. I'm pretty sure that Ghastly would get bodied.
I
Either
didn't think
that,
about that, they're Pokemon, so it's like different because you can hit Pokemon in reality.
Mhm.
Like in the Pokemon show, if Ash really wanted to, he could have like knuckle sandwiched the shit out of a Ghastly, and it would have. No, because that would have been. No, that's a fighting move. So it would have made contact. Logic in Pokemon is crazy.
Okay.
So if I slap a ghost, it doesn't make contact. But if I punch it with like I don't know a Taekwondo punch, it makes contact.
no, it doesn't, because
Oh yeah,
ghosts
they're
are immune to fighting
normal and
and-
fighting.
Okay, here's how this works. All right.
Okay,
Ghost
Ash
types,
hits them with a flame wave.
they're dead.
Yeah, they're dead.
How it works is ghost types can become
But the
intangible.
vampires don't have magical moves.
That's right. How it works
Zog.
is the ghosts can become intangible when they want to in Pokemon, but it's shown several times they can get caught off guard. They have to activate the intangibility. So because the vampires are like infinitely faster than them, they just wear them down
They just
until they
maul them
could
to death.
surprise them.
Yeah.
Which they could probably do because they can turn into
The vampires.
bats.
The vampires win. No
For
diff.
sure. No, lots of diff.
Very low diff.
Okay, the vampires win because they can strafe and funnel the stupid Ghastlies, but vampires versus Eternals and Ghastlies is that's a rough proposition for any faction of fighters.
Yeah.
Like, eternalized zombies did fight, I think it was Soren, right? Soren was on,
Multiple planeswalkers too.
yeah,
Very powerful beings.
yeah.
They struggled against them.
For sure. So, like, I think Soren, desparked is probably at least equal to a Castlevania vampire. And he took out, like, 2 or 3, 4, 5 of the Lazatep zombies.
Yeah.
So, like, they could take out a few of them. Probably most of them. But, like, damn, they're going to take some heavy hits from that. And then they
Yeah.
have to slowly wear down
It's
the
not
ghosts.
going to be a perfect win,
It's not.
but I think Vamps win, bro.
And then the Evil
Oh.
Dead skeletons climb the
There you go,
walls,
you
taunt,
shit fucker. And then they die.
And
Yeah.
then they get bodied.
and then they get bodied. I didn't know the most powerful ghosts in fiction were Pokemon. I probably should have just gone Ghostbusters Danny Phantom and given it to
Maybe.
Danny Phantom.
Maybe?
Probably would have happened.
Yeah. Ghosts, as far as undead go, are actually really weak. What they do to humans is scary. What they do to other ghosts or things is not.
No, there's not a lot of crossover, really.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot longer than I thought it would take.
Dude, research episode, but again.
No. I
Not
mean, we
quite.
could if we wanted to go for another 4 hours.
No. Great topic to
No.
revisit again. We could do this again at some point. But for now, I think we'll close the books on the matchup.
Okay, fair.
Good matchups, though. That was quite fun.
Yeah,
Should do it again.
we'll
Yeah.
do. All right, well.
Do you have a closing thought, Spence?
No, I do not.
Aw.
Not today.
We'll save up the Creek quenches for you guys next time.
I'm happy we led with GTA 5 Russian roleplay.
To that random kid, hope you're having a good life. Please don't get doxxed by the wrong people.
Bruh, he's in college now.
Hopefully he can defend himself then. I don't know. Maybe he's developing robotics and he's got like a bionic suit or something.
He's the Transformer getting life insurance.
Oh my god. Dude, we're finally going to be able to prove it. All right. That's all we got for today.
All right.
We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
He's been complimentary. He's been Mania. This has been Complimentary Mania. Y'all have a lovely evening. Goodbye.
Bye.